Have you ever thought about plastic bags and what they are used for and how they affect the environment? It's shocking how we can use something for a few minutes to create convenience in our lives, but in return create death and destruction that goes well beyond our individual lifespans as humans. Hi, my name is Joshua McDoanld and I'm about to tell you some very interesting and informative information that will probably shape your views and change your morals regarding the use and disposal of plastic bags. I will talk about what plastic bags are, why they are used, and how they affect the environment. Google Scholar and Google were the two search engines used to gather information on this topic. Google Scholar uses peer-reviewed articles which provide reliable, accurate, and credible information. Issues with Scholar relate to there not being much information specific to just Western Australia. Google was good for finding interesting facts, however the sites associated to Google were not always trustworthy and credible, as they often lacked supporting evidence such as author and source of their claims relating to the topic of plastic bags. First, look at this image. Think about what it is you're looking at. It's nice, right? Nature in all its beauty. We'll look at these next images and think about what you see. A bit about the history of plastic bags and what plastic bags are. In 1907, the first synthetic polymeric material was introduced to the planet called bakelite. Bakelite, when constructed and used for the purpose of a plastic bag, contains fuels such as petroleum and gas, thus creating petroleum-based polymers. These natural fuels are mixed with certain human-developed environmentally harmful chemicals to create high-density polyethylene, low-density polyethylene, and linear low-density polyethylene. HDPE is the most common form used for plastic bags. As you can see here, plastic bags are not used for a great deal of things. However, we continue to use so many of them for such insignificant reasons. Let's now look at the disposal of plastic bags and how they can affect the environment. As you can see using this concept map, plastic bags are either disposed of in the trash or they end up in the environment as litter. Either way, they end up destroying the environment through the decomposition processes. You see, as plastic bags shrink down by breaking up into smaller and smaller pieces, they affect animals through being ingested, or they poison microorganisms that eventually make their way up the food chain, affecting all life that comes into contact with it, including us. Did you know, in 2018, 8 to 9 billion tonnes of plastic has been produced globally, and billions of lightweight plastic shopping bags are supplied nationally in Australia, with around 7 million littered in WA alone. Shockingly, in 2017, WA used approximately 360 million plastic bags, each for an average of 12 minutes. 5 million of these bags have ended up as litter and could take up to 1,000 years to decompose. Birds and fish mistake plastics for food. After ingesting creates an endless feeling of feeling full, resulting in starvation which leads to death. Small fish, however, ingest the microplastics and are then eaten by larger predators. This carries the harmful plastics up the food chain into sharks and mammals. Eventually, humans can consume the plastics on their dinner plates. It's estimated that in 2014, over 124 billion individual pieces of visible plastic was littering the Australian coastline. The average Australian uses 170 plastic bags every year. 150 million of these end up as litter. Only 3% of them are currently being recycled and 200,000 bags are dumped in landfill every hour. Worldwide, around 2 million plastic bags are used every minute. That means after this 4-minute slide, around 8 million bags would have been used. So what can be done to save the environment from the effects of plastic bags? Using a reusable bag is a good place to start. However, the huge amount of plastic already disposed of into the environment will continue to harm all living things. So here are some things we can all do to help fix this waste problem. Public pressure on waste plays a vital role in the urgent and effective development of new policies for the management of plastic bag waste. Partaking in organisations such as the Boomerang Alliance can greatly help reduce the impacts of plastic bag waste. We are all a part of these devastating facts that plastic bags are having on our much needed environment. Will you help rid the planet from this cancer, or will you continue to live a convenient life with no regard for the natural environment? Below are some science-based content descriptors which would benefit students in primary schools from years 5 to 6 with helping and understanding the research based around this topic.